Okay guys, today we have some very big and important news out of Google that is going to be changing the future of SEO and search for e-commerce. Let's get right into the news. You may have already seen these updates, but Google has come out with their own version of integrating generative AI into the search results. This is not available yet, but it is being tested now and going to become available to test out for certain users. So interesting things that we need to talk about is number one, Google is going to be changing the search results. So at the top of Google going forward, you're going to have an AI created answer to the question. Let's see what this looks like in their video. So as you can see in this example, there's going to be pretty much the entire top fold of the page will be an AI generated result. So if you go on Google now, it does have a little clip that is like pulled from the top search result. That will go away and be replaced with an AI generated result. As you can see, we still have some images here. From what I understand, these will be possibly ads. So advertising isn't going away. However, the importance of this, it does not mean that SEO is done for. It doesn't mean that you will receive no web traffic anymore, but it does mean that if your blog posts are targeting keywords that are going to be really easy to be answered by AI, you are probably going to see a big drop in traffic to those blog posts. As you can see here, there are still going to be search results underneath. Search isn't going away. If the person wants to learn more about this topic, they can still scan through and click through to your website. But for e-commerce, this is really important because if you're doing a lot of blogging to get organic traffic to your site, we're going to have to rethink the type of content we're putting out. So in other words, things to think about here. Again, you don't want to focus on keywords that are going to be very easily answered by the AI. Think more in terms of long tail keywords, things that are specific to your products or your niche, things that you can provide more insight into. We're going to have to really rethink the type of content we're putting out in order to really be able to survive as far as organic search goes. But I still, with all that said, as big of a challenge as this might be, I think it's going to be an opportunity because a lot of people are going to continue doing exactly what they're doing with their SEO strategy, and you have an opportunity to take the new information as it's coming out, and I'm sure Google will provide us with guidelines as this is all coming into play as far as what do we need to change in order to rank. And there is a little bit of information we can gather from this here. So another thing that Google is focusing on really is creating snackable content in the search results. They're going to focus heavily on images, video, and other types of content aside from just text to provide the user the best possible experience. So for us, this means we really need to hone in on the imagery and the video content that we are including on our website. So that's SEO wise. We also have some opportunities coming as far as e-commerce product search in Google goes. So let's take a look at the next part. Okay, check this out. So when somebody is searching for product-based searches, it's going to make recommendations according to what they're looking for to help them hone in on specifically the right type of product for their need. You'll also be able to narrow down better right inside of Google the types of products that you're looking for. So as you can see here, this is going to be really cool because product search is just, in my opinion, I think it's going to be enhanced in Google. So if you can ensure that your products are highly targeted, make sure that you have all the keywords you need in there, make sure that you have lots of really high quality images because this search is going to be highly image based. So make sure those product photos are looking good because it's going to just be making the shopping experience more customized to what the customer is looking for. So you can see here, it's showing like reel videos. It's going to be incorporating a lot more content types into search. So one other area to think about is advertising. If you're doing advertising on Google currently, that's probably going to be changing. I would imagine that they're going to incorporate more AI into the actual ad creation, because I've been seeing that with various platforms already. So keep an eye out for just the changes that they're going to make to the platform. There still is going to be advertising, as we mentioned. There's going to be product advertising and there's going to be keyword advertising. So it'll be interesting, because one concern that I have is if you're already doing advertising on Google, the cost may go up. If people are losing traffic on organic searches, they may be more inclined to pay to try and get seen in the results to compensate for that. So we'll see if pricing goes up or if that pushes people to try different channels to make up for that traffic with paid ads. So I think that's why it's really important to make sure that you're paying attention to any organic recommendations that are coming out of Google in the coming weeks, months. We'll keep you up to date on those. Be sure to follow along if you want to be the first to know, because I really believe that if you can be at the front of the line of people who are going to implement these changes, it's going to benefit your e-commerce business. Okay, so key takeaways for your e-commerce business out of this Google news. Number one, there's probably going to be an increased fight for organic visibility. Make sure to stay on top of the news and the recommendations coming out of Google for how to make sure your content ranks. Things you can do right away to get ahead is making sure you're creating content that is focused on long tail keywords, things that you can really explain thoroughly in your post. Be sure to make it more conversational. Google has put a big emphasis on conversational content, so make sure that you're answering questions. Maybe include FAQ sections on your blog post. Make it really engaging for the potential reader, because they're going to be focusing on that. Another thing you can do is make sure that you're including a lot of visual and snackable content. Google has specifically used the word snackable, so take this as the trends going on today, TikTok, Reels, imagery. People are really being drawn to visuals and quick bites of information. So if you can incorporate that type of visuals into any of your content, making sure your product images are really high quality, I believe this will help you get ahead with these changes. So remember, these changes are not here yet, but they are coming rapidly. You may have already seen these things being implemented on Bing, so it is exciting and a little nerve-wracking to see that Google is finally catching up and about to put this in place. So I think in a couple weeks we will have some results, initial results out of these changes, and I will be sure to keep you up to date on all of the things that we can be doing as e-commerce business owners to make sure we're staying on the cutting edge and make sure that we're still getting the same, if not hopefully more traffic out of Google as a result of these changes. So if you want to stay on top of the updates, be sure to please like this video and hit subscribe. I will make sure that you are staying up to date. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon.